What's going on, YouTube? Lil Unc back again with another reaction. Today we got Michael Jordan drops a bombshell about the last dance that totally exposes Shannon Sharpe lies, man. The last Michael Jordan reaction will be at the end of the video. Stay tuned for that. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Make sure you like the video, comment, and subscribe. Tell me which one to react to next. Turn on post notifications. Follow me on the gram at Lil Unc Official. Link in the description, man. My Models affiliate link is also in the description. If you're looking to shop at Models, man, if you use my link, it would be greatly appreciated, and it would help your boy out, man. Without further introduction, let's get into it.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charleston, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Jimmy Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today, we got a pretty interesting show for you guys that we definitely want you guys to stick around for. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, today is going to be a very, very interesting show for you guys. Now, if you all remember well, back in 2020, arguably the best sports documentary of all time dropped. That documentary was obviously The Last Dance. None of us had anywhere to go. It came out during the global pandemic. So we all got a chance to get a heavy dose.
I didn't even watch that. And I heard from my friends that it was good and shit. I should watch it, but I just never had the time. Like, I don't want to say it like that, but I just watching basketball documentaries wasn't really my focus. I was so focused on a whole different thing.
Of Michael Jordan, I believe, over a 4-week span. I believe they were releasing 2 episodes a week, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 1. I don't remember, but over I think a 4 to 8 week time frame. And essentially, what the documentary did was, the docuseries did was, it took us behind the curtains to get a look at the greatness of Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls over their dynastic time together, right? It didn't just look at the 1997-1998 season. It built up to that season that was given the moniker of The Last Dance, because they believed that that was going to be the last season that iteration of players, or that amalgamation of talent, was going to be seen together on a basketball court. And in fact, it turned out to be the truth. When that series came out, it created all type of sports debates. And one of the shows that covered it heavily, and I think they did a great job at the time covering it, was then Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. And at that time, they were shooting the show remotely. Him, the moderator, and Shannon Sharpe, they were all shooting from various locations, I believe their homes. And they were doing a great job. Towards the end of it, there was a segment that was reacting to some comments that Scottie Pippen, who was disgruntled after the docuseries was released because of his portrayal in the series, where he said that The Last Dance docuseries was created in order to, quote, outshine LeBron James, even though it was released 4 years after LeBron won a championship in 2016. Oh, wait, Jordan must have gotten really, really worried about, LeBron winning the title against Miami Heat in the bubble. Tyler Hero and these guys. Oh, that's right. That didn't make any sense. He wouldn't have been able to release it at that time. But whatever, I digress. So they were discussing that on the show. And Shannon Sharpe at the time basically said that, as a matter of fact,
I want to say something about that though, because he didn't. We all heard that. If he was here for that video, I think they said in multiple videos. Right when LeBron won that championship, that's when Michael allowed the footage to be released to make The Last Dance. So I think that's where all those rumors come from and things of that nature. He didn't want to put that in the video. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? That's even a little biased to me, my brother.
So they were discussing that on the show. And Shannon Sharpe at the time basically said that, as a matter of fact, the reason Jordan decided to release that doc was because of LeBron. So what we want to do is we want to play exactly what Shannon Sharpe had to say in terms of Michael Jordan and his motivation for wanting to release that docuseries, and then we'll come back and really unpack this thing. Take a listen to what Shannon Sharpe had to say there.
Wow. Shannon, do you agree?
I didn't say that. I said it. Scottie must be watching the show. Scottie, I know you watch the show. because I see it from time to time out here. And we have a conversation. We talk.
I'll bet.
We
You
never
fill his ear.
No. We've never had a conversation about Jordan. We never had anything. He asked how I'm doing. I asked how he's doing, how the kids doing. You know, he got a wine business going on. So Skip,
How is he doing?
He was fine.
Okay.
He was fine.
I couldn't
he was
tell.
Fine living
I couldn't tell.
He was fine out here until Yo guy tried to paint the man in a negative light. This is what I told you this at the time, Skip. Okay. The Last Dance documentary, it was supposed to be about the final season of the championship Bulls. This was going to be the end of an era, the end of a dynasty. 6 and 8. 6 championships in 8 years. Jerry Krause, the general manager at the time, said, Phil, you can go 82-0, win the title, and you're not coming back. Jerry Reinsdorf signed up on it. Now, how Jerry Reinsdorf didn't get beat more with the bat than Jerry Krause, I'll never understand, because he owned the team and signed the checks. But that's neither here nor there. I told you this. The reports, and I believe them to be true, but if the reports as they reported, Michael Jordan gave the green light the day the Cleveland Cavaliers had their parade after coming back 3-1, down from 3-1. They've had this footage.
That's what I heard too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying LeBron. I'm not saying he made the last dance because of that. I'm saying that's when he decided to. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying why he ain't state that fact. You know
for 20 years, for 2 decades, and for some reason, a parade. Jordan said, you know what, let's do this. Scottie Pippen says, hold on, bro. This is about us, the Last Dance. Why you gonna paint me in a negative light? Why you gonna mention 1994 when you weren't there? What the hell that got to do with you? Why you got to talk about Scottie was selfish because I wouldn't have surgery? You had the jump man, you the logo, so you gonna get your bread. I'm trying to get my bread. I'm trying to put them in a situation that I can get my bread. Okay, they did what they did. But like you said, if it's your friend, you're not gonna do that to your friend. If my boys, I'm not gonna ever paint them in a negative light. No matter how bad it get, I'm not painting them in a negative light.
Whoever said Scottie was the friend of Michael? Whoever said that? Nobody.
What Scottie did say is that what was bothering him is that many believe GOAT James is the equal, if not superior.
He didn't say that.
That's what he said. I read the article. I read the excerpt.
Now, over the last few days, I've been watching or listening to this interview Michael Jordan did about 2 years ago.
Don't advertise on Google Ads or Facebook before blocking click fraud with Pixies. Not a fun fact.
Go on Cigar Aficionado. I'd seen this documentary, but I never really, this interview, rather, it's a long one, but I'd never watched it. And I don't watch long interviews. If you have like an hour-long, 60-minute interview, if I'm not doing it for work, meaning like a basketball-related something, I'm just going to, it'll take me days to watch. I don't have the attention span to sit down and watch an hour or two. I don't have that time. I don't have the attention to do it. I just can't do it. But anyway, so I was getting towards the end of it. I've been listening to it for the past few days. And towards the end of the interview, he said something, in this case Michael Jordan, that absolutely flies in the face of what Shannon Sharpe has been saying in the last few years, that Jordan got threatened because of the success of LeBron, and therefore that's the reason he decided to give the green light for them to go ahead and produce that show, that docuseries. So what we want to do is we want to play exactly what Michael Jordan had to say here, and then we're going to really get into the nitty-gritty of this. Take a listen to what Jordan had to say there.
So what is this that has been written about, but not in any great detail, that there's a 8 or 10 part documentary coming out where there's many hours of film, I guess going back 20 or 30 years, and that there's something coming that is going to be very unusual in terms of a person's life. Can you talk about it?
You're very knowledgeable about things that you're not supposed to be knowledgeable about. Yes, the tapings of my last year, or our last year, 1998, we had a camera following us the whole time to capture the last dance at that time, because everybody felt like the team was going to get dismantled. And what you see, I think, in that is my dedication to the game of basketball, unwavering
But hearing that though, he said they've been playing this since in 1998. You know what I'm saying? Or
You
they
know,
had a camera
dedication,
following them the whole time.
day in and day out, and how I hold being the leader of the team, being the one that's been there for the longest. I hold everybody else accountable for the success of what happened at the end of the year. And people may look at it and, you know, they're going to get an honest understanding for what winning is about, you know, what leadership is about, what passion, drive. Now, you know, players may look at it and say, well, God, it was really tough. But when you think about what happened after us winning, you know, the contracts that, you know, the guys got, the memories that everybody got, the championship, blah, 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 it's much more gratifying.
Is the documentary finished?
No, it's not finished.
Have you seen a lot of it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
So it's been through an editing process. And
No, it has not gone through a true editing
when
process.
will we all be able to see it?
I think that's one of the things that we had determined. You know, my agent and all my people that's been working with me along with the league has been pushing for me to do it, and I just, it's one of those things where, you know, there's a time. It's going to be a time where you showcase it, and when you showcase it, people are going to understand, you know, what really happened, and they can put themselves in that position. You know, and you know, I have no problems, you know, with people seeing that as long as they understand the passion, because it's a strong passion for it, and it's very raw.
But it's going public.
Eventually.
Yeah, but I mean, I think
Eventually it will.
I think it's a wonderful way to go public, to share with people what it was like.
You sound like my agent and, you know, my financial people, all the people that work
I'm
for me.
available.
Yeah, I know. Sure. But I think it's a true passion. I think it gives a great example for if you love something, your agenda is to be successful and to win. It's a certain price you have to pay, and it's a certain accountability you have to hold.
Okay, but here's where I'm going. This is 20 years ago, represented values that you had that many athletes today don't even understand,
Right.
let alone possess. So it could be a great learning experience and teaching experience for all these young people that think it's owed to them.
Now, if you listen very carefully, he said it was something my agent and the league had been pushing for me to do. It wasn't like as if Jordan sat down and was like, man, I got to do it now. Now it's the right. He said it was something that the league pressured him to do. And if you listen very carefully to the reasons he gave, was because it seemed like Jordan is a very private person, obviously, very, very private. And it was something he lamented back in the docuseries where he didn't like the fact that he didn't have any of his privacy. You saw that in one of the episodes towards the end of it. So given the fact that Jordan is a very private person, it seems like the only reason Jordan, according to him, decided to release it was because of the potential lessons and instruments of learning within the docuseries that people could glean after watching it. Basically saying, in order for you to get for you to succeed, you have to have sacrifice. I want you to see all of the dedication and effort that I put into it, see the role that all of my teammates had, look at the ups, look at the and look at the downs of it. Jordan has never struck me as someone that is sensitive about the way he is perceived or talked about. Had that been the case, Jordan would have simply put some media plans out there to sit up there and twerk it up for him every single day, every single year, every week, 52 times a year.
I mean, he is very competitive, though. You know that. You know what I'm saying? And people saying somebody else to go, I think he go with Rosé. Me personally, I think he did that to show that young bucks, I'm still him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's me personally though, word, because he didn't say he's not saying nothing about how Jordan decided to release the footage on the day of the parade, the Cavaliers parade, whatever. Why you not saying nothing about that? That's just seeming a little biased to me, my brother.
A week, what is
For
it? 52 times, 5 days a week for an entire year. There is no one in media that does that at the level that you would think that Jordan has these people out there talking on his behalf. Or if he was that sensitive about it, he would have joined Twitter and went on Twitter and started tweeting about it. And as a matter of fact, Jordan never talks. In the whole thing of what Scottie Pippen said about him, all of these things that were said about him after The Last Dance came out, where did you find a quote from Michael Jordan? Or 2 quotes from him? He doesn't talk. He doesn't respond to any of the things that are said about him. And finally, let's get to the part about his motivation. What exactly would have transpired to make Michael Jordan feel fearful about his status in NBA history? What's the thing that transpired? What's the thing? What occurrence took place for him to be like, man, I'm really shaking in my boots right now? What's the thing? This is typical Nick Wright, Shannon Sharpe talk. He's a fear of what? The guy is sitting on 6 rings, 6 MVPs, never lost in the finals, has 10 scoring titles, has the highest regular season average.
We know this. We know all this. That's cool. And we understand that he's the GOAT. But you don't think he was a little like, nah, hold on. Hold your horses. You know what I'm saying? To release the footage the day of the Cavaliers parade or right after they win the championship, that's the proof. Like, that's a fact right there. So if that's not a fact, then I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure that's a fact right there. So you're going against the facts. You're going with what someone's saying, my brother. The facts is right there in front of you. Don't use the facts. Just use the facts. Don't use what people are saying. Use what Shannon Sharpe is saying. What Michael is saying. Just use the facts. Word.
Highest a postseason average in NBA history. His team went a stretch win in 8 years. They didn't lose more than 2 games in a row. Has all the awards you can think of. And you're talking about he got worried about what? He got worried about what? What's the thing that made this is the delusional world we live in. So at the time, LeBron would have captured his 3rd ring, and that's when Jordan would have started shaking in his boots.
I mean,
so after he won his 4th one, you think he's
like he was
on another
you know
documentary
bro,
on his life and times as a Washington Wizard? Like, what are we talking about here? So to me, what Jordan just said is the total opposite of what Shannon Sharpe's been saying, which is he did it because he was the friend. Did you hear him mention anything about that?
So you think he just go say that? You think he goes, well, nah, I did that because Bron was out here wilding. Bron out here wilding. I got to do that. You think he gonna say, "Oh, you dumb, bro"? Like, what is this, what's going through this guy's mind right now? This is a bias, 2 bias for me. I'm done. If you enjoyed this Michael Jordan video though, make sure you click on the last Michael Jordan reaction on your screen right now. I don't like bias shit. Like, I understand Michael Jordan's the GOAT, but don't come over here on some bias shit, bro. Like, the proof, the facts are right in front of you, and you're choosing to just look around them. You know, you don't know if it's a fact that the league was telling him to do that. You don't know that it's a fact. Using his words, bro. I'm pretty sure this is a fact, a known fact. That he released that footage after the Cavaliers won that championship, bro. But it's not really. I really don't care too much. Let me know what y'all think about it though. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Make sure you like the video, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you want me to react to next. Turn on post notifications. Follow me on the gram at Lil Unc Official. Link in the description, man. And I'm out.